Eldlich really wanted the chance to walk away with this Xbox, and let me tell you, I'm not surprised. I think 30% of you guys have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so we can climb up the 105 letter to the 106K. So Refined Gaming had a Win an Xbox tournament over the past weekend here, and we have in the top results for this. And I'm not gonna lie to you, if you told me that every Eldlich player in the entire hour radius was gonna show up and try to win this Xbox, it's kind of crazy. Your highest represented deck for this event was Eldlich. No shocker there. We're gonna set everything and try to laugh at our opponents and win the game. There's nothing too crazy about this. There's no branded Eldlich from what I'm seeing here. We're just set 30 trap cards and attempt to win the game behind the deck list. And when we look at these here in a second, you'll see that. So it's actually kind of interesting. Second most represented deck, as no real shocker, is Despia, of course. Seeing that Despia typically is getting the chance to still perform. It's the best deck in the room, yada, yada, yada. We had a Flaunderies deck. Good to see that Flunder's still kind of keeping up out here. A lot of people are still like, Robbie, Flunder's still a very good deck at this point in time. Yeah, and Despia is just better. All right. We had one Sword Soul deck, so standard Auroradon Hulk shenanigans, still doing what they do best out here, which is fine. All right, that's what the deck is known for at this point in time. And then we had a Phantom Knight player run it back across the room here and show that, hey, I'm still here. I can still play 50 cards, and I can still execute and perform up to the metagame standards at this point in time. Which, you know what? Kudos to seeing Phantom Knights run it back for this tournament. I think that's actually pretty good. And overall, this is a pretty representative. I guess... yeah, it's pretty representative. Thanks, Eldlich. All right, let's dig on into top deck list, shall we? All right, the first deck we're going to be looking at here is our pile, our hot 50-card dump of, yeah, we're going to play the Brave package in here. We're going to laugh at our opponent. Anything, particularly left field about this that shocks me? No. Phantom Knights they've been very standardized for as long as I can remember for the metagame at this point. I guess the things of notable interest are the double Cosmic Cyclone and only 2 crossout Designator. You figured if you're playing 50 cards, you'd probably want to maximize on crossout Designators at this point in time, but I feel like we went for maximize starters here. Also, interesting note here, double Psychic Tracker is interesting. Most of these builds I've seen have only done one tracker, one wielder, so we're having success with a 2-1 split here is kind of interesting. Outside of that, anti-spells evenly matches. Evenly is kind of taking a little bit of a backseat this format, but it looks like for this tournament, tearing through Eldlich players was the name of the game, which, so many Eldlich players. Alright, next up is our Despia... yeah, Dogmatica deck. I had to think about that for a second. We're on double Ecclesia in here, first of all. We have a Shaddoll package built into this, and we're playing the Screams of the Branded. Huh. In terms of a cluster pile of cards, I guess that this is kind of interesting. Seeing a splashable Shaddoll package in here, I've seen people trying Invoked with this deck, which... I don't know, that just feels weird. I also see that we have our DPE package in our side deck. We really dedicated 5 side slots to this. I guess technically we can board out this package to kind of equalize and do things, but that just feels kind of weird. Everything about this deck, you can tell it's very well built, but some of the ratios and things in here are just very weird to me as a player. But, you know what, once again... it worked out. I can't be too crazy about that. Oh boy. It's Flaunderies. Look at this. Triple Dark Roll no more. I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but so many of these decks are playing Triple Dark Roll no more. You essentially need it. You need to be able to board break, and this is how you do so. Also, it's not like Flunder has a very good going second matchup, unless you see good hand traps like this. If you don't see things like this, you're gonna cry. Also, only 1 end pen in here, 1 Stritch, 1 Toucan. I feel like this build a little bit more restrictive in terms of its pieces. So it could play more like out cards because of how the format has shifted. So you have Mystic Minds, one Mystic Mind, of course. Double Book of Moon is fine. I see we have the Gamma package down here in the side deck, which is fine. That way you have access to it if you need it. It really depends on like how the game spins out of control or how you need to equalize in order to play the game. So outside of that, yeah, that's our Flunder list. All right, our Sword Soul list. Okay, so what screams out of left field here? We have one Synthana, which is actually pretty alright. Only double Ecclesia. You guys notice that like Ecclesia is getting a little bit less love as these decks go on. Like, I know the card's good, but its true value is going second. If not, it's just one giant Ash Blossom magnet, and that's like not fun. Losing to Ash Blossom, big no-no. Triple Chalice in the main deck is very interesting. Only 2 Vessels, fine. No Heavenly Dragon Cycles, which is also fine. 1 Blackout. Triple Imperm is fine. We have the E-Tellies, so we can start Hulk combo. I mean, look. Your E-Telly target is Ghost Ogre. Multi-purposing value. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that you have this, just kind of disrupt the opponent and do whatever you want. Check. Alright, like, once again, that's where your value is going to come into. Alright, I don't see anything else too crazy about this. Alright, our first Eldlich list. First of all, yeah, we are playing the 1 White Destiny over Black Awakening. That's fine. We got 3 big balls down here in the side deck. Anti-spell fragrances so you can win your branded matchup. Honestly, do not underestimate this card. This card will single-handedly win you the freest chicken tendies in the world. Double Golden Lord, double Lord of the Heavenly Sky Prison is fine in terms of things, but to be perfectly honest with you, I think that this is probably the more optimized way to go. Triple Extrav for sure. Don't play this deck if you're not maximizing on Extravs, alright? Because perfectly honest with you, like, you lose. You also need to be playing skill drains and maximize those results. I see the double Rivalry Floodgates here with triple Gozen. Yeah, more high impact stuff. Outside of that, I can see why this build was able to do good. Yay! Set a crap ton and laugh against your opponent. Works every time. Next up here is our other Despia list. Both of these Despia lists are like so weird in terms of their construction. Like, their creators were like, we're gonna do some weird stuff today. Like, okay, I guess Branded Loss has just become like a staple at this point. Of course, the 1 Albion, the Shrouded Dragon, I guess has become more of a staple as well. Fairy Tale Snow in here so we can disrupt and laugh at the opponents. Brigand, I guess, has also become a one-of from this deck. Also, we have 1 Shaddoll Dragon. I guess if something goes wrong, we gotta mill off a dragon off a Shaddoll Fusion to disrupt the opponents. Fine. Standard Zombie World, Necroworld package in here. 44 cards, I think, is fine in terms of the deck build. I don't know if I don't think I would go too much crazier with this. 44 is fine in my opinion, yeah. Side deck looks, or extra deck looks pretty standard. Yeah, this looks about what I would expect. Alright, next up here is another Eldlich, yay! This build, holy crap. We're on triple Lord of the Heavenly Sky Print. Once again, like 2 or 3. If you want to side the other one, you can. I do notice there's a lack of ball in the side deck. So if your opponent sets up a board and you don't have access to the giant orange chicken in the sky, yeah, that's fine. We're on 1 Black Awakening and the 1 White Destiny. Yikers. Alright, Triple Ice Dragon. I see we do not have Rivalry in this build. The previous build we looked at did have Rivalry. I mean, I think all 3 Eldlich decks did end up making it into top 8. There can only be ones. It's kind of saucy, I guess, for the mirror match. You know, obviously, like, it's better than just for the mirror, but alright, we also chose to play the 1 Called by the Grave here. Triple Eldland maximization is alright. I really don't see anything else too crazy other than I kind of feel like I'd miss the big giant ball, but I guess that comes down to player preference here. And the last Eldlich list we have here is, oh boy. Okay, so here we are. We're on 2 of this. This build went to 42 cards because I guess we wanted more options. No rivalries. I do see Golden Land Forever here. Ah, the testicles are back. Alright, so we got the balls down here. We got 1 D barrier, 1 whole D barrier down. Oh, I guess we're main decking too. Alright. These Eldlich builds, summon limits, as you can see, like, clearly you can play anything in terms of, like, Eldlich variants, and it'll end up working out for you. So I guess that's where, like, your advantage tree comes in, is anything in an Eldlich deck, as long as it's got the right ingredients, can work. What do you guys think about this breakdown? Please leave a comment below, tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.